Hello everyone! We're visiting every zoo in the country, and where better place to start than London Zoo, the oldest scientific zoo in the world. So because of bird flu, the walk-through bird enclosures are all closed off, so we've got to go around the outside of them today.
He wants to keep it.
This is what I like how cool is watching them make decisions. Like, there's thought being made. I wonder if there's food inside it.
You can't really see the down.
I wonder if it's how they feed them, feeding enrichment.
Yeah.
Hide the food in bags, type of thing to get it out.
No food, so I'm going to lay on them.
He's made a decision that it's more comfortable to lay on the bag than it is on the bark. I've just noticed in the gorilla enclosure this feeding enrichment box on the wall. And also think from how they've been behaving, they've been putting food inside the bags they've got. I've been seeing them rooting around in them. London Zoo has come a long way in the last couple of decades. Even when I was a kid, the paddocks behind me in this building here were half for elephants, half for rhinos. It's now for Red River hogs. We've got feeding enrichment and play for the camels. I've never seen small camels before, that's really cool. Another big step in the right direction London Zoo has made is this exhibit behind me, which used to be, even when I was a child, the penguin enclosure. The new penguin enclosure on the other side of the zoo is now the largest penguin enclosure in England. So London Zoo used to have a bear called Winnie, who was brought over just before the First World War. When A.A. Milne came to the zoo with his son, Christopher Robin, he then named his bear Pooh Bear, after that bear. So this is the origin of Winnie the Pooh. So the Blackburn walkthrough is actually open with hand sanitizer and foot dips before you come in to keep the birds safe from bird flu. It's maybe the only bird walkthrough open at the moment as far as I'm aware. we just had a volunteer come and talk to us, and he's told us that the reason some of the feeders have cages over them is to help capture the birds should they need veterinary treatments. They get used to going into them, which I think is really cool. And we had a little bit of talk about the Victoria crown pigeons, the sunbirds. Yeah, it was really fun.
Let's go back there.
Oh.
Lateral leading away from suspected location of lion fight. Prepare to tranquilize on site.
Uh-oh.
So again, back when I was younger, this used to be the lion enclosure, with the rest being other big cats. It is now almost all a lion enclosure. And I've just seen the lions down there. London Zoo moved its aquarium in with the bug house, but the aquarium they used to have here was the first public aquarium in the world. So the leaf cutter exhibit here has a camera you control to get a close-up look at the animals. So you can move the camera up, down, and you can even zoom in and out and get a full look
I can buy something.
at what they've got. An oyster can filter 200 litres of water a day. So it goes to surface to get the air bubble rather, and that allows them to breathe underwater. So if you see every now and then, like this guy here, they'll come to the surface, grab more air, and then they'll come back down. There we go. An important thing to always evaluate with aquariums is not how deep they are, but how far back they go. Because a lot of fish don't live in a vertical world, they still live in a very horizontal environment. So the length is very good, but perhaps as you go back further back, the fish have more space to roam. So you can see this regal tang here has a lot of energy in it, and seems to want to roam further. Behind me is the first spider walkthrough in Europe. It's a very short walk through, and if you're terrified of spiders, I probably wouldn't. But if you're willing to facial fears or not scared of them, it's actually quite cool in there. There's like little all-breathing spiders around. I did manage to see you running around. A little bit hard getting footage because it's trying to focus on everything around them with the webs, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like, I'm not the best with spiders, but it's nice to actually go and see that. It's like very unique. This is a great bit of enrichment they're doing with their penguins. They're putting old bits of pipe in the enclosure, and when they're building a nest, they can pick the pipe they like and use it to decorate the nest. London Zoo continues to grow and improve with a new reptile house being built behind me here, for the secret life of reptiles and amphibians. And last time I was here, they were just building the giants of the Galapagos for the new tortoises. I've not been in it yet, so it's our first time now. So Charles Darwin, when he did his voyage on the HMS Beagle and went to the Galapagos, one of his famed stories is that he rode on the back of these. The first reptile house in the world opened in London Zoo in 1849. It was in the Blackburn Pavilion, the birdwalk we did earlier, before being moved to this building in 1927. Incidentally, part of the first Harry Potter film was also filmed in here. There are only 200 of these Filipino crocodiles left in the wild, and they've got this crate in here with them so they can get used to it, to make it easier to move them to new reptile house when the time comes to move to their new home. They've got an infrared camera like they had at Prague Zoo, so you can see what we look like.
My hands are cold, look!
Oh no, you've got cold hands. Oh no.
It's true, I really have cold hands.
So what? That's got to be a mistake. There's no way your hands are that cold. Actually, your hands are pretty cold.
This is really cool.
London Zoo turned the old aviary into a monkey exhibit, and we're going to save it till the end, but actually it turns out it closes earlier than the rest of the zoo. It closes at 4:30 this time of year, so we're going to go there now. Pygmy hippos sway their tails when pooing, spraying their feces all around. They used a stencil to create this picture with the help of their pygmy hippo Thug.
Are you ready for this, Darren?
Lemurs!
Yay!
They don't have the sun to sunbathe in, but they have a little heat lamp. Yes, this is all Madagascar lemur section. They've got little walkways above so they can get into the different enclosures around us. Got a little ringtail up there. Same from the other side. I've never managed to see the eye-eyes here before, but one of them's out. I love these guys. This is only the third time I've ever seen eye-eyes.
You say that they're nocturnal?
Yeah. Oh, wow. My concern is this looks very much like stereotypic behaviour to me. This doesn't feel like normal eye-eye behaviour. The way it's doing the circle, swinging and going back round. When we were looking at the eye-eyes, we were saying how hard they are to keep in captivity and how hard they are to breed. I didn't realise London Zoo successfully bred them and got an award for doing so. The sloths having a stretch and a scratch.
Yeah, you punched the actual family soup, which is lazy.
I suppose we do call them sloth, which is just one of the sins, isn't it?
Oh, true. Oh, no, it's the same then.
Yeah. That sloth there has a little baby, you can see his head. This tank here just contains plants with cables into them. It's research being done by ZSL to use the bacteria that's produced by plants in the ground to generate power, to power cameras in the rainforest and things. They can do remote tracking without having to use batteries. These are northern bald ibis, and they were extinct in Europe, only now being found in Morocco. But ZSL, along with a load of other zoos around Europe, have started a reintroduction plan, introducing them into the south of Spain. So hopefully we'll see them across Europe again.
They recycled all the poos of different animals to make it fertilizer for the local farmers. So we have llama, bacterial camel, pygmy hippo, okapi and warthog. I wonder if they also use it with the human poos that are in the toilets just behind me. The wild species of Darren is about to come out. Here it is!
Just putting the food out for the gorillas. We might get to see them outside today. So they've been scatter fed and put in some of the enrichment around the enclosure. So they've now got to go find the food. It's not just presented to them. And he's gathering it. I'm sure to see if the silverback goes for the once in the red, because there's some food hidden in there. And our silverback is just heading towards it. Such incredible creatures.
don't need much today. Just a slice of lettuce.
Quite content. Just wastes it and drops it to the floor like, I had enough of that leaf, I want a different leaf. Had this leaf. So that was London Zoo. We've just been through the gift shop, got some soap for my grandparents, and now we're off out. I think London Zoo is a great statement for zoos on how you can be the oldest scientific zoo in the world, have started with probably less than ideal situations like their old elephant enclosure or penguin enclosure. I looked at it and gone, you know what, we need to lead by example and change, and they really invest their money back into this place. Like, the improvements are incredible that are coming, and there's a lot more coming. Like the whole back bit where the birds used to be in aviaries is closed and being developed. The Reptile House is now being redeveloped in a whole new building, and there's just less animals and they're being taken out. The Komodo dragons are off display. That's new, so I don't think that's relevant to that unless they are moving them to New York House, but I think that's unlikely. But this place is phenomenal in what it's doing. I mean, I'm always impressed by how it's changing. You know, even in my lifetime, seeing how they've changed is absolutely incredible.
And you can notice it as well, even if you've never been here before, because of the penguin enclosure, because you say it's the listed stuff or something?
Yeah, so the old building still exists. It's listed structure. The old aviary, which is listed structure. So you can see the old structures, and even with the penguin enclosure has some photos and information about the fact that it used to be a penguin enclosure. It's now just an art installation effectively because they can't knock it down. So you can see the old zoo and what it used to be, and you can see the new zoo. So it is like looking back in time, walking around this place, which is just amazing. You see, you know, what they did in the late 1800s, early 1930s. Some of the stuff's from, and how they've changed it into like the early 2000s. Like even in the 90s, it wasn't great. Some of the stuff here. I think when my dad was a kid, he said he used to ride elephants around the zoo, and yeah, really not going well. Obviously, they moved the elephants off to Whipsnade now. So yeah, as long as they keep making these steps forward, which they clearly are, this zoo has a lot to offer.
Yeah. We were at now 6, and there were like a lot of places closed, so we didn't really slow down at all.
Yeah.
We had a 30 minutes lunch.
That's it. Yeah.
So, and we just made it.
Yeah. The birds are closed because of avian flu. The Komodo dragons are off display for some reason. That section is closed, and the butterfly house isn't open. So we skipped 3 things we didn't do. I say the back of the park, very back of the park on the other side of the canal, is closed just for redevelopment. So once that's open, once the new Reptile House is open, the Butterfly House is open, the Komodo dragons, we struggled to fit the whole zoo into one day. It's that big here, which is really impressive for a city zoo, because city zoos are usually quite limited in what they can do because of the city around them. They use their space really, really well here. It's definitely worth a visit, and like I say, we're definitely coming back because there's more stuff opening up, so we need to come see that. Yeah, thank you for joining us today. We'll hopefully see you for the rest of the zoos.